we view death, first of all, as absolutely inevitable. Now that seems obvious, but how many of us live as though we're never going to die? Or live out of fear of death, as though somehow we could keep it at bay? Neither is possible. Neither can you escape death, nor are you going to be exempt from it. So we first take it as a given. And then on both levels, both the human and the divine level, we say, okay, so now that I've accepted death, well, death obviously only pertains to the human body. It doesn't pertain to the soul. So on the highest spiritual level, we realize I'm never born, I'm never going to die. So we don't worry too much about what I'm going to accumulate in this lifetime. We realize who I am is soul. I'm not the owner of these things. I'm not the owner of the bank account. I'm not the one in the title or the role of the career. We don't grab. We don't grasp. We don't fear, because we understand. As so beautifully in the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna tells us, the soul is that which cannot be burned by fire, cannot be cut by knives, cannot be dried by wind, cannot be wet with water. So what to fear? So we live in that fearlessness, that open-hearted, full courage, knowing I'm just in this body doing my dharma, doing my duty, but I'm not the doer. So that's how we recognize it, from the awareness that I'm eternal. In the awareness of my humanness, we realize every moment is precious, because death is coming. Which means I better be very careful of how I spend every moment. It means I better be very careful about what I do, because of this law of karma, that I get to keep coming back to bear the fruits of that, to enjoy or not enjoy the fruits of it. Whatever seeds I plant, I'm the eater of the fruit of that tree. And so I become very careful about what seeds I'm planting. I become very careful about how I spend my time. I find myself no longer engaging in things that are useless. I don't gossip. I don't waste time. You don't spend time complaining about others. You don't spend time bemoaning the past or worrying about the future, because you know this moment is precious. The moments of that past I am bemoaning have already gone. I've lost them already. The moments of the future have not yet come. There's nothing I can do about them. But I'm losing this moment in anxiety about them. And so we become very careful about every moment and the preciousness of it. And we make sure that how we're spending every moment is in the very best service of our own awakening, for me to be able every moment to realize I'm soul, I'm spirit, to move through the world, connecting with others as that. And to to do whatever I need to do, to live however I need to live, such that every moment is very well spent. Every moment is spent in love, in service, in truth. Then, whenever death comes, we're ready. Doesn't mean we don't love the body, doesn't mean we don't love this beautiful drama we've been offered an opportunity to play a role in. Doesn't mean that there isn't a bit of sadness of loss. But we know I'm not disappearing, I'm not going anywhere. Because ultimately who I was never born and never dies. So no attachment, exactly. But that no attachment does not mean I live in apathy or indifference or laziness. A lot of people misunderstand non-attachment as I don't care. You hear people say things like, I've become really good at non-attachment. I now can walk down the street past all of the lepers and the starving children and the poor people, and I don't feel anything. Like somehow that is some great spiritual accomplishment. It isn't. Non-attachment doesn't mean I stop being human. It doesn't mean that I squeeze the life out of this exquisite human heart I've been given. It doesn't mean that I take compassion, throw it out the window. But it simply means I am aware that there is only one thing in life I have any control over. And that is my own reaction or response to every moment. I don't have control over how other people speak or live or behave. I don't have control of the weather. I don't have control of the traffic or the stock market. And so to be attached to it going one way or another way is just a recipe for misery. And so non-attachment is realizing I don't have any control. And my joy, my peace, my awakening does not have to be dependent upon that. I don't hook myself into what happens in the outer world. I hook it deeply inside. So the things of the world no longer hold that grip on me. When you've tasted and experienced deep spiritual bliss, a shopping trip is no longer nearly so exciting. It's not that you have to push away shopping. I'm not going to shop anymore. It's not that. It's that automatically as you connect deeply with that river, that eternal, ever-flowing river of joy, of bliss inside you, certain items, certain titles, certain roles, this, that, it loses its hold on you. So that's the non-attachment thing.